In our last episode, each faction was able to bolster their forces with members of the elite fighting teams they were able to rescue in the last scenario. More importantly still, each faction was able to learn the potential whereabouts of their wayward commanders. In the initial fighting, the commanders were locked in an epic duel that saw them chasing after one another within the woods. Their last known transponder locations only put them several hundred yon away. But the troublesome fact is that they have become lost in a territory known for being infested with the Viridian Viper. Now both forces rush to secure their commanders before they are killed in epic combat or by the jaws of the Viridian Vipers themselves.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sergey.
And we are the Tabletop Warlords.
And once again, we find ourselves playing a game of
Beyond the Gates of Antares. Welcome to the second installment of our miniature campaign, Crash Landed on a Harsh Planet. Today we will be entering Scenario 2, Duel at the Viper's Den.
I will, of course, be once again playing as the Algoryn.
And I will be once again fielding the Boromites.
But before we get together the armies that we have today and kind of explain the nuances of the new scenario, if you like this video and would like to battle the algorithm along with us, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications enabled so you can tell when we release new content.
If you want to support the channel even further, we do have an affiliate link right beneath this video and a spring link where you can buy sick TTW swag.
But as always, if you want to support our channel in the best way pan-humanly possible, you should absolutely consider joining our Patreon community. Any level of pledge gains you access to our new video development vlogs, and it is really just the lifeblood of our channel.
Duel at the Viper's Den shares a lot of similarities with the scenario that we played in the first installment of this campaign. The difference is that instead of searching out whole units, we're actually searching out individual models in the form of our leaders. The search mechanics will work exactly the same, with the only difference being that when you find the leader, instead of becoming its own order dice, it's going to join the squad that found it, granting them all of its special rules such as command, follow, and increased command. If you find an enemy leader, you will then take that leader captive. It will give the unit holding it a permanent pin, but other than that, it'll work exactly like controlling a VIP in any of the capture the drone scenarios. There are 4 possible victory points in this scenario. You can get one for finding your own leader, one for finding the enemy leader, one for taking your own leader off the field, and one for taking the enemy leader off the field. Break values are not present, so the scenario ends when you reach turn 6 or when both commanders are off the field.
As the scenario suggests, the Viridian Vipers are present in this field, as is their terrain. Now, it's going to work the exact same way as the previous episode featuring the Vipers, but we didn't mention their stats, actually speak it out loud, so I'm going to do that here. The agility for the Vipers is 8, they have no accuracy, 6 strength, 5 resistance, 7 initiative, 5 command, and in close combat, they do 3 attacks rather than 2 at strike value 1.
This is my Phase 2 Boromite search party. As you can see, it is once again a kind of weird narrative list that is made up not thinking about points value, but more thinking about the scenario. It is led by not just 1, but 2 Boromite work gangs with heavy tractor mauls. Both of them are upgraded to have armor. Bringing up the fire support, I have 2 gang fighter squads. Both of them are upgraded to have fractal charges, so they're at least a little bit useful in close combat. And the centerpiece of my army is the elite squad that I rescued from last scenario. They are a 4-man Locomite squad, all of which are upgraded to have electro lances. This entire army is represented by 5 order dice and is just a solid wall of rockmen.
Here is my Phase 2 searching party for the Algoryn. Leading this group of ultimate badasses is the AI assault squad that I was able to rescue in the first scenario. The rest of the force is made up of 4 identical armored infantry squads, each with an extra Micro-X launcher and all armed with plasma grenades. This searching force is represented by 5 order dice as well and represents a solid wall of like chitinous bone, kind of like toenail-headed men. And here we have our battlefield for today. It is admittedly pretty simple. You can see along the center, we have all of the boneyards aligned, which are hiding our mission objectives in this fight. And then the rest of the battlefield is very simple. There's a few instances of broken ground. We have a few scrublands, but it's mostly light forest as per our usual. We just love trees here at the Tabletop Warlords. But yeah, the battlefield is very simple. There's a basically giant negative space running down the center where we're gonna be able to shoot pretty freely. So it's gonna be a bloody fight. Going into turn 1, both sides start with 5 order dice.
There's no deployment in this scenario, so we're all just running onto the field. Let's see who runs on first. The Boromite's deceptively swift for how chunky they are. My work gang will be doing a regular old run order onto the field, just getting 10 inches behind this scrubland.
Algoryn.
And my Algoryn are gonna take a page out of the Boromite's book. My first normal AI squad is going to also just do a normal run. Yeah, up behind this light forest. Boromite.
My next work gang will do a regular run order, placing themselves behind this forest, setting themselves up for the next turn. Next dice, Algoryn.
Not to be boring, but my other AI squad is going to just move up and basically be right next to the other one, right behind the same forest.
Real back and forth, it's Boromites.
I know you're all waiting with bated breath to see what I'll do next, and surprise, it's another run order onto the field, getting behind cover. There's not much else you can do this turn. Wow, really back and forth, it's Kevin.
My third AI squad is going to take up a position in the far right flank, my far right flank, just behind this forest. They're kind of wrapped around, but their orientation, they're still behind it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to position myself to cover as much ground as I can.
Boromite.
I'm going to be a sneaky snake and run onto the field on the totally opposite side of the board as the rest of the units, hopefully covering these 2 patches of dirt. It's exactly back and forth. It's Kevin again. This was a calculated risk, but Kevin is now...
I will attack! I can't. I have to take advantage. I'm gonna do an advance, which is gonna make my guys move a lot slower, but his Boramites have no cover. So I'm gonna try to shoot into them with everything I got.
First things first, I have 2 Micro-X launchers in the unit. I will be targeting the main dude, and I'm only hitting on 1s because you're at extreme range and it's always -2 for overhead. So I miss, but I'm gonna now deviate a full D10 inches, which that's gonna fail and miss. The second X launcher now has a chance to hit, which it misses as well, and it deviates 7 inches. So both miss wildly. I saw that coming. I also had 2 regular mag guns hitting on 3s, and I hit once, so I'll do a non-leader since it's a lucky.
6s are better?
Yes.
Ooh, you kill 1 guy.
Last Algoryn dice.
My last squad are the assaults, and they're gonna move 10 inches up with a regular run and kind of wedge themselves among these pieces of terrain, trying to block line of sight as much as possible. They're in the open, but I'm just gonna hope I get initiative.
I'll be performing a run order with my Locomites. They're just going where they think they can be useful next turn. I don't know how it's gonna shape up. The first turn went about as anybody could have expected. Both armies used the turn to maneuver into positions that they are able to now cover the center of the field. There was a small firefight over on this edge, and it resulted in the casualty of 1 single Boromite. It's still anyone's game and will be very much determined by where these leaders show up.
Going into turn 2, we still both have 5 order dice.
Turn 2, dice 1. The Algoryn.
First person who searches a boneyard is gonna have a really bad chance. So I'm actually not gonna be that player. I'm gonna have this squad advance 5 inches a little closer to where they should be. And I'm gonna take another advantageous round of shooting at his poor Boromite's exposed. Once again, it is overhead first. I'm gonna hit on a 1 or a 2 this time around because I'm a little bit closer. I still miss. It's gonna deviate a full D10 inches, only 3 inches. So I'm gonna hit you that time. That one also misses on a 9. And it deviates 6 inches that time, so it really misses. That first shot generates a D3 hits, which is only 1. So 1, 0 hit, strike value 0 hit from that explosion.
Knocking my people all over the place.
The 2 mag guns now can hit on a 4. My pistol actually has a chance to hit on 3s. And only one of the mag guns hit once again. This time Sergey can take it on a leader.
My leader will take the strike value 1, a regular guy will take the strike value 0, and I'm solid on both.
Boop. Algoryn again.
And it's time to get dangerous. I'm gonna have my assault troops do a normal run, so they don't have to do a pin, into this terrain. So I'm just gonna do the difficult terrain test right off the get. My agility is 5, and I got a 4, so I'm good. So basically, my unit now occupies this area. Now there's 2 rolls I have to do. I have to search to see if I can find a commander, which is only gonna happen on a 1 or a 2, and then there's a 50-50 chance that Viridian Vipers will appear. So for the leader, oh my God, what is this luck?
Every time, dude.
Now, evens, it's my commander. Odds, it's Sergey's commander. Oh my God, and I found my commander! Commander! So now my Algoryn Assault Commander was found by my assault squad and joins it to now be an amazing 6-man team. Like I said though, I still have to do the Viper shot, so evens, there is not a Viper. Odds, there are. And there's no Vipers!
How does it feel to be a lucky piece of shit, Kevin?
You keep designing scenarios, Sergey. I enjoy them. And it's the Boromites.
My work gang has to attempt to search this piece of terrain. They can just barely make it to here, but they do have to do a difficult terrain check, which they don't pass, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're just poking their way in.
Yeah.
Now we need to discover if the leader is there.
Oh, he is.
My commander has taken control of this work gang squad. He's in a pretty precarious position here, so we're gonna see how this goes. Almost forgot, Viridian Vipers. There are no Vipers.
Okay.
Now that my commander has been found, it's time for the hunt. Who will go next? The Boromites. This poor squad is going to try to be heroic. They're doing a firing order. They only passed their command check on a 7, but 7's pretty high.
Ooh, they lost both pins.
So they're actually at 6s to hit. No,
Yeah.
they're at long range, so it'll be 5s and 4s with the pistol. I misspoke, it is actually 6s and 5s. And I hit with all of them.
Yeah.
With the terrain, my saves are still 7, and I'm gonna take it with the normal leader for the unit and 3 normal members.
Come on. Yes, I killed 1.
1 dead. Black and blue.
Boromite. I thought long and hard about this decision, but I think the best thing for me to do here is to run with these Boromites, put them just completely out in the open, and hope to then shoot at Kevin's assault units next turn. That's their final position.
Boromite again.
This work gang is so far on the flank that they're gonna do the only thing they know how to do, and it's pump their little legs as hard as they can.
Yeah,
they're
really
going
the only
to
choice you got.
run and sprint all the way out to here. And I'm gonna have to roll a sprint check with them, which goes notoriously bad with the Boromites.
Oh, you
They
did it.
passed. Look at them, champions.
Algoryn.
Only way I'm gonna be able to stop these Boromites is if I start to advance and shoot the piss out of them. So, it's gonna be a terrain order to get into this piece of terrain. 2, I'm good. But I'm really just like, I'm gonna go like, get the cover bonus, but as little as possible into here. So that he has to charge through as much as possible of the terrain. Now, the target is going to be his Logomites, of course. I have a piece of intervening terrain, so my mag guns are probably not gonna hit, but I do have 2 X launchers. I'll aim at this one. So,
It's pretty much the same.
I'm only hitting on a 1, and I got a 5, so that deviates the full D10. 8 inches that way. So the second shot, I'll aim at this one this time. 4 misses. Woo! The mag gun and the mag pistol are only hitting on 1s and 2s respectively.
Oh, come on.
Yes! So I hit once, and it's gonna be a non-leader, so that's a save of 7.
I'm saving on 7s. And I'm good.
But you're still gonna bend.
Bormites, gotta be the Logomites. I am running and sprinting with my Logomites. So they passed their command, and now the sprint check. They passed both. Sprinting right on over here into these weird tall leaves.
Yes, they're hiding in the bushes. Ooh, that's a deadly conga line. As is tradition in Antares space. What? The last 2 dice are mine, and I have to use them to crush the Boromites. I really only have one recourse. I'm going to have to use my 2 remaining squads to perform fire orders, even though they're not necessarily standing in the best positions. And they're going to both be firing at those locomites because that is basically the only thing that's going to stop me from getting off the field next turn. The first squad is going to be the one that's furthest away. So I'm going to aim at that one with the overhead. I'm only going to be hitting on 1s. So the first shot misses, and I'm just going to do the second shot. Is a dud, so super misses. So the first one only deviates a D5. So 1, so
That's
we're good. So it's a hit, it's gonna generate a D3 strike value 0, so nothing crazy. So 2, and then the 2 mag guns in the unit can still shoot. They're at extreme range and shooting 3 intervening terrain, so they're hitting on 1s and 2s. Oh my God, so
Dude,
1
you're
hit.
shooting. What is
And
going
so
on?
you have to absorb, we'll say this is the strike value 0s is the red, and 1 strike value 1 on your 4-man unit.
My leader will take a strike value 1 and is fine. A regular guy will take a strike value 0 and is fine.
Woo!
And a regular guy has to take a strike value 1 and is
you're
fine,
good.
but I do get a pin.
I actually misjudged the distance. This next unit is just as bad, so I'm gonna aim at the same unit because that seemed lucky. Once again, it's fire order, so I'm only hitting on a 1 or a 2, or a 1 rather for the thing. So that first one misses. It's gonna deviate a D5. So that's 3 inches, and I think from the last roll we proved that that's gonna miss because of the way it's going. So the next shot will only hit on a 1, so it misses as well, and then it deviates a D5, which it doesn't, so it hits basically automatically, generating 3 hits this time. Since I'm beyond 30, I still only have the mag guns, and they're hitting on a 1 or a 2 because it's a fire order. So they miss this time, but Sergey has to defend against 3 strike value 0 hits.
8s across the board, the blue will be the leader, and I'm good. But I do get that second pin, and that's the scary part. More so than any other turn in recent memory, this turn relies on who gets the first order dice. If Kevin gets it, he will be able to run away with his unit holding his leader. If I get it, I will likely be able to charge him with my locomites. However, both of these squads have pins, which definitely can throw a monkey wrench into the gears of this turn.
No one has managed to kill a single unit, so it is still 5v5 going into turn 3.
Turn 3, die 1. Very important pull. Yes, Boromite! It has all come down to this. If I roll a 9 or a 10, they go down. I didn't, I rolled a 6. But I have to sprint. And I don't pass the sprint, so I get my pin back, meaning I am at a disadvantage going into this combat, but a combat will happen. With 20 inches, I can very easily wrap all the way back here and charge the rear of Kevin's unit, which is what I'll do, so I do not have to enter the terrain, which is nice. In point blank shooting, I am rocking plasma carbines, which I will be firing in rapid fire mode, meaning I'm hitting only on 2s because they are rapid fire, but I shoot 8 times.
I will be returning fire with 4 mag repeaters, so that's 8 shots at strike value 0. But then I'm just gonna have my commander do the same thing with his carbine, and so it'll be 10 total shots at strike value 0, hitting on 4s. How's it in? Woo! Oh, hex yes. Well, I mean, I guess not. I hit you twice.
Taking 1 on a leader, 1 on a non-leader. Leader fails. Leader's good.
I do, however, have a 3rd pin on the unit.
Boromite shooting back, hitting on 2s. And this dice is super cocked, but that's 1, 2 hits, and then this one is a 3rd hit.
Nice. So I will take these strike value 0s on my commander, the leader for this unit, and a normal guy, all saving on 7s. So everybody's good. And I do get a pin, which means I have 2 pins. Well, going into close combat, we're probably gonna kill each other. I have D-spinners, so all of my guys hit on 6s and have 2 strike value 2 hits that compound like grenades. Oh, not bad at all. Okay, sweet. So I was able to cause 7 hits.
So that compounds, so 3 of my fellows will have to take a strike value 4. The commander will take 1, and fails and passes. Then this one guy will take strike value 4, fails. One guy will take a strike value 4, fails. And one guy will take a strike value 2, fails.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
god.
3 of my Locomites have died, but I get to strike back in equal timing. I have 8 attacks, each at strike value 2. Missing only 1.
Oof. That's a lot of hits. So my regular old leader, normal leader, is taking 2 saves on 5s. Oh my gosh, he's fine. The one of the normal guys is taking 2 hits at both savings on 5. Oh my god, he's fine. The commander is good.
What is this?
And then these 2 guys only take 1 hit each. They're both dead. Oh my gosh, I won. So you took 3 pins and lost 3 guys. I took 2 pins and lost 2 dudes. And that means you have 1 more pin than me, Sergey.
Okay, I can pass this. On a 1, 2, or 3, I remain in this combat. Damn you! And I remove a pin. The Locomites will not fall.
You're gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, I hit both times.
Okay, I'm gonna take it on a super leader and a regular leader. It's both strike value 2, right?
Yep.
So super leader is black dice. They both get a reroll. So they're both fine. Now I'm a 10 fire. These are all the same. I'm just being colorful with it. I'm hitting on. Let's see here. I won the last combat, so I'm actually hitting on 7s. Ooh, I hit every time, Sergey.
All of that
They
doesn't
compound.
matter. It compounds to 1,000, so I just need to roll a 1 here. I have 2 10% chances.
Yes!
Come on, come on.
No!
Okay, he defeats my unit.
But I survived. Now I do get a consolidation move, and the Vipers are gonna show up.
Yes.
So we're gonna get this figured out first.
Kick the nest. Kick the Viper nest, Kevin.
I have to do a agility test, which I passed, so I'm good. So I'm trying to keep myself out of view of those dudes.
Are you gonna enter that one or go behind it?
Well, I think I'm gonna try to go behind it. I wanna be hard to shoot by everybody else on the field.
Viper roll.
Damn!
Yes! The Vipers appear a random d10 inches away from the unit, which is 1 inch in front of them, which is just the best.
Damn, these Vipers, they have really cinematic timing.
Yes! That means the Vipers go first.
And it's controlled by Sergey, obviously. Well, apparently I survived all that shooting and killing the Locomites just to jump from the frying pan into the fire. Are you sprinting?
Yes, I'm sprinting. Yeah!
Yep.
Pass my sprint check.
Well, you don't have point blank shooting, but I do. I'm definitely going to do volume fire because your res is crap. But unfortunately, since I am at 4 pins, I'm only hitting on 1s, and then I'm gonna have to re-roll. Oh my god, you were right.
See, I told you.
Oh my god!
Kevin was like, oh, don't sprint, there's no point. And I was like, you're rolling 1s like crazy.
So, okay, let's see if I can do that again. Nope. So no pins for you on the approach and not a single kill. So now you are gonna have 9 attacks at 7s to hit at strike value 1. And I'm unfortunately, well, no, I'm still good in close combat. I'm hitting on 6s, strike value 2, the compound.
The Vipers will go first. And hit most of the times.
So that's 7 hits that Sergey was able to pull off. I'm gonna take 3 of those on the plain Jane leader. So I'm saving on 6s. And he's fine. I might be able to pull this off. 2 of those strike value 1s are going on the commander. And he's fine. Oh my good god. The last 2 are on the last normal dude in the unit. Please survive. Yes! I might have got that in camera, but I survived. So no hits, no additional pins, but I'm still losing. I gotta kill these sons of dudes. I am striking back, like I said, hitting on 6s. Oof. But that's still pretty good. So one of them has to take a strength 4, strike value 4. The other get 2, so there's 3s and 1s for the Vipers.
The blue will be the 1. And 1 Viper survives, meaning that Kevin still lost the combat and must make a command check. Ah! Yes! Out of the Viper pan into the Viper, am I right?
Oof.
The MVP of the battle, Lord Viperton Howitzer Mouth,
Not cool. Not cool. I have no other recourse than to be a madman and just try to kill him. I have the order dice, so I'm going to use my farthest unit out to perform a fire order right into his unit with his commander. I want that man dead. I will aim at the middlemost unit, of course, with the first X launcher.
This is my lone lava mine all over again.
Misses, deviates a D5, doesn't deviate, so that's going to hit. The next one misses. Deviates like 4 inches, so it's gonna definitely miss. D3 hits, so that's 3 strike value, 0 hits. I have 2 mag guns, hitting on 3s. No, hitting on 4s. 1 hits.
I'll take the strike value 1 on my regular leader, and the rest will be on regular dudes, and we're good across the board.
Wow.
Actually, no.
No, that
regular
fails.
leader. No. Do I get +1 risk for this?
No.
Regular leader is dead. My regular leader is dead, but the squad is still led by the Supreme Commander Gorgog Grigglgrag.
I stopped sending chickens to an individual of great importance, and I didn't think it was a big deal.
Rick Priestley loves his chicken.
Ah, damn it! Damn it! Roll a 10.
Obviously, any other move would be ludicrous.
Yeah.
I am going to try to perform a run order with this unit, and I perform
Damn
it with a
you.
1. Obviously, I'm sprinting and just getting the hell
Can
out
you?
of here.
The whole unit?
No, not the whole unit.
We'll roll a sprint check. You might roll a 1 again.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well.
So I get a pin, and I'm just like kind of mashed against the side here. Gorgog Grizzlegrug can almost taste the homemade Boromite pies of his grandmother, Mama Grizzlegrug.
Oh my god. That son of a dude Sergey forgot the Viper order, and there are Vipers!
No, there's no Vipers. The Vipers are
Oh,
not.
damn it, you're right!
Your desire has blinded you! It's Boromites.
Sergey has proven to be a master Antares tactician, utilizing the Death Conga on like 3 or 4 different occasions now. But with his final maneuver of stretching his guys out as far as they can go, he's basically body blocking to all my units. And the problem is that now these 2 far Algoryn can only perform advances because this terrain prevents them from seeing the main target. And this is my only unit that could potentially walk a little bit to the side and maybe get a shot in. But it's just not gonna happen. And so I feel confident in conceding to the Boromites.
Gorgog Grizzlegrug! Kevin has scored 1 victory point, but I have scored 2, meaning I have a 1-point lead going into the final battle. But, more importantly, Kevin has killed my Locomites, meaning they are no longer going to be in the final battle, but I have killed Kevin's assault squad and his commander, meaning the only non-basic
Up to the
unit...
regular Joes now.
Yeah, only non-basic unit going into the final battle is going to be my commander, Gorgrog Grizzlegrog, whose name has changed many times, but nonetheless is a powerful leader.
And those darn Vipers. I made them up. And they
The
really
Vipers
came
really
back.
screwed you. Yeah.
In this scenario, it's just, well, it's funny because A, it's wild that in every one of these scenarios in which there's supposed to be like a search that's difficult, we find someone in the first turn no matter what.
Yeah, we have never not rolled a 1 or a 2
Yeah.
to search out a commander.
So that was, but I would say like the scenario did pan out fun. There wasn't a whole lot of Viper action except for
A
one
very
time.
important piece
Yeah,
of
which I got
action.
so screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was pretty cool. And the campaign as a whole, I'm only down 1 point, so I got to really outperform. In the last
and I'm not
scenario.
like me having 1 command unit is not that big of an advantage.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
gonna be
1
a
guy
weird
who
last
shoots a
fight.
little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Vipers work better.
Yes,
That
the Vipers
extra
are better
attack
with 3 attacks.
Did help for
100%.
sure, absolutely. And I don't know if as the designer, was there anything that you would want to change about how that worked out?
I honestly feel pretty good about this. We've kind of
We didn't talk about
kind of
the
played
commander's death.
This. Yes, so
That was one thing.
Yeah, we decided, we kind of waffled back and forth. We were like, does he become a token that you then have to like drag his corpse off the field? And we ended up deciding that if you kill your enemy commander while they're in possession of it, it denies them the point, but does not give you a point because it felt too easy to score that.
Well, and I think I agree with what we did because it would give someone an unfair. If like you found your own commander and were in a great spot, and you could just attack like that, it would be the default position. So this kind of makes it a little more nuanced. But yeah, it was fun. It was a very quick fight too. For as many units as we had present, it was substantially faster than I thought it would go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we got one more scenario in this epic little mini campaign to fight out. So I'm excited to do that one. But if you liked this episode, absolutely make sure to like the video and help us in our fight against the YouTube algorithm. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We would love to have you, and make sure that you have notifications enabled because we release stuff quite often.
If you want to support the channel even further and you liked any of the miniatures that you saw today, you can go to the affiliate link right beneath this video, bring you to the Warlords store, and anything you purchase there will give me and Kevin a small commission. If you want to support us even further and buy awesome TTW swag that will make you look like a chest-beating man's man. Man's man.
Of course, absolutely.
Exactly. You can take the spring link right beneath this video to purchase any of that cool gear.
But like we always say, if you truly love this content and you want to make it easier for us to produce it, you should absolutely support us in our Patreon community. Any level of pledge on Patreon gains you access to our new video development blogs, which are kind of fun, and a chance to kind of communicate with us directly.
And on the note of patrons, we have 2 brand new men-at-arms. Kendall Idleman and Pastel Miniatures are sharpening their gleaming halberds to lay low the enemies of Tabletopdom.
We cannot appreciate you two's pledge of support enough. We really appreciate it. And we also have a new tabletop lady. It is the new Lady Amelia. We really appreciate the pledge of support and have cut out a new fiefdom in the land of the tabletop. And we bow our heads in fealty.
We can't thank you enough. And on the note of tabletop lords and ladies, we have to thank Nick Hobbs,
Will Connell,
Elizabeth Allen,
and Les Stevenson. We also thank our valiant warlords, Michael Crow
and Knight Silva. And as always, we are but lowly worms under the gentle radiance that is the reign of our Emperor, John Roberts. Long may he reign.